From the kitchen of the Miami Culinary Institute at Miami-Dade College, it's time to cook up a bite with Belkys.
Hey everybody, I'm Belkys Neray. Welcome to the show. Coming at you from the Miami Culinary Institute in downtown Miami, as always. Today, we've got such a great show in store for you today. We are so lucky in South Florida to live near so many Caribbean islands. So today, it's going to be all about Caribbean cooking, and we're going to get a little help from our friends at Resorts World Bimini. First up, I'm going to make some crab cakes, really easy and yummy. Then, Chef Corey Wood from Hilton at Resorts World Bimini is going to do two fish dishes, a local steamed snapper. He's going to serve that up with a coconut jasmine rice and some sweet plantains. And then he's going to make pan-seared grouper filet. And he's going to add arugula and purple cabbage to that dish. It's going to be delish. Last but not least, a little something sweet. I'm going to finish things up with a rum cake. Who doesn't love rum cake? Let's get this Caribbean cooking show on the road. What do you say? First up, crab cakes. And you know what I say, if I can do it, you can do it. This one's easy. Let's start. We've got eggs that we add to a bowl. We're going to add some coconut milk to this, which is going to make those crab cakes nice and creamy and fluffy. We've got some breadcrumbs. This is lemongrass paste. They sell this stuff in the tube at the store, and it's just easier to use than lemongrass, and it gives you the same result. And this is some cilantro. We're gonna mix all this together. And then we've got lump crab. We drained it. Obviously, there's no shells in it. We're gonna add this in now. Get this all mixed. And before I forget, a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. So you notice we added the breadcrumbs to the mix. Some crab cake recipes have you do the mix first and then you dredge it in breadcrumbs at the end. But then it becomes all about the breadcrumbs and not the crab. And the crab is the star of this show, so let's focus on the crab, shall we? Okay, we are mixed. We're gonna take it to the stovetop, form some patties, and fry these babies up. We're at the stove, we've got peanut oil. We want enough oil to cover the crab cake when we put it in, and we want it to be hot. If you're not sure if it's hot enough, this is what I do. I just take a little bit, and if it starts sizzling, guess what? It's hot enough. So really easy, use your hands, get it in, make a little patty. Try to get it as round as you can, but we're not pros, so just make it work. And then just slip it in. These are about 3 inches, give or take. And we want them to be GBD, golden brown and delicious. I know you know what GBD means by now. And you put them in, I would say about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes on each side. It'll tell you when it's ready to flip because it'll start to get GBD on the outside, around the edge. Gonna give my hands a quick wash while these GBD themselves and be right back. Okay, so we know these are ready to flip because you can see the edge is starting to get GBD, so carefully give it a flip. Couple more minutes on that side. And we got us some yummy crab cakes, Caribbean cooking. You'll see the crab cakes start to get golden brown. They start to fluff up a little. That means they're cooked on the inside. And now we're just gonna turn off this heat. And we're gonna let them sit for a minute on a paper towel so any excess oil goes away. Woo! We've got our crab cakes here. All we have to do is plate these babies up. But before we do that, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of fresh citrus, little lemon juice. And then this is a spicy mayo. It's just a mayo with sriracha. Mix it up If you like it spicy, add more sriracha. If you don't like spicy, just a hair. And then we just make it pretty. And there we are. Our crab cakes, Caribbean cooking, round one. Check. Let's eat. But don't go away, because when we come back, we're taking you to a little island that is just 50 miles from South Florida, where fish is king. And one local chef is going to cook up some delicious fish dishes you're not going to want to miss, so stay tuned. And hey, hit me up on social media. I'm at Belkys Naray. I want to hear from you. The Bite is coming right back. Miles off the coast of South Florida lies a piece of paradise, the island of Bimini. It's home to miles of white sand beaches and the luxurious Hilton at Resorts World Bimini. A 750-acre beachfront resort with 305 rooms, 3 pools, and 10 restaurants, cafes, and bars. Corey Wood is the resort's executive banquet chef and has called the island home for the last 5 years.
Bimini is a place where the people are awesome. You got to come and interact with the natives, go do some snorkeling, do some fishing, do some eating.
Bimini is world-renowned for fishing, which of course means fresh seafood.
I don't know what it is, but just the waters, the fish are just drawn there. The lobsters are the #1 seller, but the fish is awesome as well. You got to try it.
Food, sun, sand on an island paradise. What more could you ask for? And here he is, Chef Corey Wood came in to South Florida today, all the way from Bimini. Thanks for joining us, Chef.
Thank you.
How'd you get here? Did you fly? Did you take a boat? What'd you do?
Well, I flew.
And how long's the flight?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Quick flight.
You're in and out. For folks at home thinking about maybe visiting Resorts World Bimini, what can they expect if they come see you?
Well, you can expect a whole lot of good food, a taste of the islands, just a wonderful time over and all.
Beautiful seas, good fishing, right?
Oh, the best.
You guys are known for fishing, that's for sure. So we're making fish today.
Of course.
What are we making today?
Well, we're making a local steam snapper. It's one of our specialties at the restaurant. Everything is pretty much just cooked and ready to go. It's a quick, easy dish.
You know, my motto is if I can do it, you can do it. But you're a chef. If you can do it, can they do it?
Of course.
All right, so let's do it.
Well, first we start off, we have to season up the fish nicely. We like a lot of Scotch bonnet, fresh peppers. So,
that's hot stuff,
yeah,
right?
it's very hot. So
if
be
you don't
careful
like
with
hot,
this.
leave it out?
Yeah, leave it out, or just, you could substitute with a little black pepper if you want.
Okay.
So make sure we season it vigorously on both sides,
A little
salt
bit
and
of
pepper.
salt, okay.
Yes. And we got to squeeze in the lime juice, nice fresh
citrus.
lime.
Yeah.
First, we have to make sure score the fish so that all the seasoning goes inside the fish.
Oh, is
all
that
right?
okay? So you just made a couple of
slices.
slices,
And
cuts
score
on
it in,
top.
yeah. And then you just repeat the same thing on the next side. And we just do a little bit of each. I wouldn't put too much more Scotch bonnet. You might get handle it.
Is this a favorite at the restaurant?
This is one of our top specials. This is not is coming on the menu right now because of the request is so heavy.
All right, can't wait to try
It's a good
it.
seller. All right.
And people can make this at home.
Of course, quick and easy. All right.
What's next?
You ready to start? Well, first off, we start with all of the local ingredients. We add some onions. As I say, it pretty much cooks itself. So a little bit of onions to the pan, some sweet peppers, bell peppers, tomatoes, a little bit of sweet plantains, some green onions, a few pieces of garlic butter.
Yum.
Right here, and then we rest the fish right on top, skin side up.
Skin side up. That's the best part, the skin.
Yeah, of course. And then we go with a little bit of fresh thyme and some fresh garlic.
This is
All
going
right,
to be
then we do the
delicious.
same thing over again. And you gotta have the plantain. The plantains add that nice sweetness to it, nice contrast.
And these are ripe plantains, not green.
Yeah, ripe plantains.
Okay.
All right, squeeze a little bit more lime juice.
Get that citrus.
Some more of the garlic.
I would help you, but you're doing such a fine job on your own. Why add 2 more hands in the mix
Some more
here?
garlic right there. And some white wine.
Ooh.
White
So
wine
it
drizzle.
steams
Yeah,
up.
of course.
Got it. That's going to help cook the fish
Oh,
through.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is, as I say, a pretty quick dish to cook.
Smells
All right.
so good.
Normally it'll take about 8 to 10 minutes to cook on the stovetop, and the restaurant is done.
Boom.
If you don't have one of these nice domes, you could either do it in the pan, 8 to 10 minutes, medium high heat, it's done.
Perfect.
Every now and again, I like to just baste the fish a little bit so everything is nice and moist. But it's almost done, almost ready to eat.
All right, the big finish.
Pretty quick, huh?
Oh, that's beautiful. And garnish
We
with
garnish with a nice piece of grilled lemon.
beautiful,
All
beautiful.
set.
There's only one thing left to do here, Chef. You know what that is?
You gotta taste it.
All right, I'm gonna give it a try.
All right.
And you
Make
took-
sure you get some plantains in there.
Gotta get the plantain. All right. He said get the plantain. I'm doing what Chef says. Little coconut jasmine rice. You were not kidding about that plantain. Wow. So good. So good, Chef. I need another bite. Steamed snapper with coconut, jasmine rice, and cilantro. Yum. Pan-seared grouper coming up. That's Chef Corey's next dish. And don't forget, a rum cake. We're going to make that too. Oh, yeah, all of it on the bite. Keep it here. We're coming right back. There are 7 different restaurants to choose from at Resorts World Bimini. You can find it on my page. Hit me up at Belkys Naray. Hey guys, we're back with Chef Corey and we are heating this kitchen up. The fans are going. It's so hot in here because it's yummy. That's why we already made the snapper, which was so great. And now we're going to do a pan-seared grouper that's also on the menu at Resorts World Bimini, right, Chef?
Yeah, it's one of the nice specials we offer daily in the Tides restaurant. Yeah, so one of the local favorites.
What do we do?
Well, first off, we start with seasoning the fish with a little bit of salt on both sides. Add the pepper again. Nice pepper portion. You could go a little lighter on the Scotch bonnet if you like.
Bonnet, if you don't like
Yeah,
the
if you don't
heat,
like it, just
leave it out.
Leave it out. You gotta have the lime juice though.
All about the lime.
Yeah, you gotta have the lime.
I could taste it in the snapper dish.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So season it good. Get that nice and coated with the lime. You add one more.
Get that citrus.
It's just rubbed in. All right. From here, we move it to the flour.
We need a little bit of oil in this pan
Yes,
too,
yeah,
right?
of course. You could get that going while I dust the fish and flour.
What kind of oil is this?
Canola oil.
Okay.
Just regular canola
A
oil.
little bit,
Yeah, a little bit. That's good.
about right.
Yeah, that's good.
And what is this, a medium-high heat?
Yeah, medium-high heat. Just about ready to go. The fish cooks pretty quick as well. Once it's cut thin, it cooks about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. It's good.
We're gonna start it here and then we're gonna finish in the oven.
Of course.
We're looking for it to,
Be nice and golden brown on each side. With 2 to 3 minutes, like I said, it should be ready to flip. Oh yeah, that's the color we're looking for.
oh, that looks so good.
That's the color. Like I said, so we let it cook down for about a minute or so more, and then on the baking pan and into the oven for a few
Okay.
minutes.
We've got our grouper in the oven, Chef, and now we're gonna work on our warm purple cabbage slaw.
Yes.
And you told me we needed to start with
Start
a little bit
of
more.
oil. A little bit of oil, that's good.
Good?
All right, some butter right there, some of that garlic butter.
Garlic butter.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Put that
garlic
down.
butter and a little
Yeah,
more
a little
garlic.
more fresh
Oh,
garlic.
this is gonna be good.
Some purple cabbage. Some shaved fennel.
Boom.
Some nice shaved radishes, sliced radishes. Cook that down for a minute.
I can help you out.
All right, cool. Oh, professional.
I don't know about that. Oh, we got a runner.
A few tomatoes.
We don't want that
All right,
garlic to burn,
all right,
right?
that's a little bit of the microgreens, the greens
Okay.
we have, spring mix. A little bit of red wine vinegar.
Nice.
That's pretty much it. You take it off.
Ooh, yeah, that's
We're ready
nice.
to go.
And this is our garnish, our
Yeah,
side.
this is the side for the grouper.
All right, grouper's in the oven. Side is ready. Let's take it out of the oven and let's plate it.
Okay, cool.
Our slaw is done. Our grouper is beautiful. Now all we have to do is plate this puppy, Chef.
That's it.
Let's do it.
Well, first we start off with a little bit of the slaw to the bottom.
It smells delicious.
Just make a little stock. That's what we're doing. One piece of the grouper, a little bit more of the slaw.
Yum.
And we go with another piece of the grouper right on the top.
I get to eat them both?
All for you. And we put a few pieces of the cherry tomatoes right around. Like that.
I knew you were gonna do that.
All chefs do, eh?
Gotta make it pretty.
All right, garnish with a nice piece of the grilled fennel. A few lemon wedges in there. Some green oil, parsley oil.
Beautiful. I gotta taste it. Get a tomato on there. High five. Yum. Delicious. Fish, check. You know what's missing? A dessert. When we come back, we're making a rum cake. Maybe if it's good enough, you'll add it to the menu at Resorts
course.
World Bimini. Chef, what do you think?
We'll think about it.
Don't go anywhere. Rum cake when we come back. Resorts World Bimini, not only great food, but great snorkeling. You can snorkel the legendary SS Sapona shipwreck while you're in Bimini, which is over 100 years old. Hey everybody, welcome back to our Caribbean cooking show. So far we have had so much seafood, but so good, right? If I can do it, you can do it. And so far everything's been so easy. We're gonna end with a rum cake, also really easy. Easy. Start with a bundt pan. I sprayed this with baking spray that has flour in it already. And to this, we're going to add some chopped walnuts. If there's a nut allergy in your house, leave this part out. We just want to coat the bottom with the chopped walnuts. We've got that ready to go. Now we're just going to put this to the side and work on our batter. Easy, easy. This is a box of yellow cake mix. That's it. And to this we're going to add a little box of instant vanilla pudding. That's going to give it some extra flavor. We're going to whisk this together and make sure our dry ingredients are blended well. So when we put in our wet, everything combines nicely. Okay, all done with that. Now to this, we're going to add some vegetable oil. Water. 4 eggs. I like to crack my eggs outside of the mix in case any shells get anywhere. You can fish them out. And last but not least, of course, you can't have rum cake without some rum. This one is not for the kiddies. Sorry, guys. You guys can eat a cookie or something. All right, so got all that in. Blend it. So far, this could not be any easier. Everything came out of a box. No flour to measure, no baking powder to measure, no sifting, zero. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. Get the bundt pan back and pour it in. Remember, I added nuts to the bottom, but I use chopped walnuts, but if you like pecans, if you want to do your favorite nut or leave them out altogether, it's all good. Batter's in the bundt pan, going to the oven, 325 for 1 hour. Okay. I take a chopstick. See if it's, yep, came out clean. That means it's ready. Now, I'm going to take this chopstick and I'm going to make holes all the way around the cake. Try not to go all the way through because we're going to let this cake cool. And while it cools, we're gonna go over to the stove and make the glaze that we're gonna put on top, and it's gonna soak through all these little holes. And you know what that means? Rummy goodness. We're gonna work on our glaze now. There is butter in here that has melted, and now to this I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of water and a cup of sugar. And we are gonna whisk and whisk and whisk until this comes to a boil. And then we're gonna add our rum, but we're gonna add our rum off the heat. Take it off the heat Take it off the heat before you add the rum. This takes 5 minutes. And you can see the sugar starts to dissolve and it becomes like a yummy syrup and it starts to bubble. This is a dark spiced rum. This is what I'm using. Then when you throw it in, it's gonna get all bubbly again. Keep whisking. This is going on the cake now. We poked our cake with the chopstick. We've let it cool. We've got our rum glaze ready. We're just gonna take this brush and glaze it. Let it soak in all those little holes you poked in the cake. Let this sit for a little while. Let the rum glaze do its thing. Let it get in through all those holes that we made with the chopstick. And after it sits for a little while, we're gonna flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, that side is nice and glazed. Everything's soaked through. Part 2, you know the drill by now. Poke those holes and get that glaze. This cake is gorgeous. It smells delicious. Let's put it on a pretty dessert plate. That's a wrap for our Caribbean cooking show, guys. We made crab cakes. We did a steamed snapper, a pan-seared grouper, and last but not least, our yummy dessert, a delicious rum cake. And we did it all with a little help from our friends at Resorts World Bimini. We'll see you there. I'm Belkys. You know what I say, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next bite. Are we starting?
No, but I need the coffee.
No, I need the coffee. No.
And action.
Very good. You're hired. For free. No money in it for you. Yay! Eat the cake. If you can put it together with my whisk, because I'm flying out of here. I'm flying out of here on my broom to do the news now. Okay. Oh, they laugh at the broom joke, huh?